Well, as many of you know, I have been on a mission to fix my RB Swap 240SX by doing side hustles. I've not even worked on my 240 yet because I've been on a side mission to basically restore my $300 Civic hatchback that I bought with the intentions to flip but ended up restoring. And today we're gonna spice it up a little bit with this new item that we picked up. Now the goal for this item is to basically have fun and just make a little bit of money on top of it. It's gonna be much more exciting than flipping couches. And with that being said, that leads me to the item that cost as much as that car right there. So this here is a little 125cc pit bike, dirt bike, motorcycle, whatever you want to call it. It's not a name brand, it is a Chinese branded motorcycle knockoff, I guess you could say. And I picked this thing up for $300, and here is the issue. It has a very jumbled up wiring problem, and I'm already kind of in the process of trying to fix that. I got a whole nother harness so I didn't have to go back through and just trace other people's bad work. So we're gonna see if we can fix that today. And why did I get a cheap Chinese dirt bike? Well, one, it's a lot more exciting than flipping couches, and two, I can move this thing by myself and I don't have to have help to move a big ass couch. So hopefully we can get this thing fixed. Paid $300, I paid $45 for the wiring harness. My goal is to get it running for only that much money and then sell it for like $500, $450, make like $100. $100 paid for a third of this car, so put that in perspective. Well, I was gonna do a time lapse of me working on it, but honestly, I don't have a fucking clue as to what I'm doing, so I'm just winging it, watching YouTube videos. So this is what we've done so far. This is the universal wiring harness that came in the kit. It has a stator, CDI box, an ignition coil, and some other random stuff which I probably don't need. Where I'm at is I've connected all the other things like the new stator, the new box and whatnot. I'm gonna pull off the old one, put the new one on. In the last video, I ended it off by saying the Civic wouldn't start. Well, watch this shit. It starts right up. It turns out there was a ground cable that was loose. I went through all the issues of changing out the ECUs, testing the main relay, doing all this stuff, and it was just a ground cable. All I had to do is tighten it. But there's two downsides still. One, you can hear it, it sounds like it still has a bad misfire. It's probably something ignition related. And two, it still kind of smokes. It's not smoking right now, but it still smokes. So I don't know if that's head gasket related, coolant related, or if it's oil related. Maybe it just needs to be drove on the road. We'll see. I'll give you guys a couple good revs and show you what I'm talking about. And there's the smoke. I can't tell if it's white smoke or blue smoke because whenever it comes out it looks white, but whenever it starts to dissipate it kind of looks like a bluish smoke. Regardless, we're gonna drive this thing on the road because I spent all this time working on it. We're gonna get it on the road. Alright, well, we got the wiring harness on the bike pretty much installed. I don't know too much about these things. I'm still learning. Just kind of full sending it and see what happens, but this thing has a bunch of extra wires that this motor specifically don't need. It's got like headlight stuff and stuff for a battery. All I needed was the stator, which we just put on, a new CDI box, which is somewhere in there, and a new spark plug. Here's the CDI box right here. I don't know what I did, but it's like it's locked up now, so on to the next problem. This notch is hitting this somehow, so I've been doing some self-clearancing and it's gotten better, but it was just slapping this, so somehow this got warped. I figured this might happen because this is a, you know, a cheaper motorcycle. Well, what's the thing you do when you make a mistake? I fucked it up. On the bright side, it does clear, and there's still a screw right there, so. Okay, so I have been working on this dirt bike here for quite some time now, a good, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours altogether, not continuously, but altogether. And I'm gonna walk you guys through the troubleshooting process that I've been going through to try to figure out the electrical problem, because I bought a whole new wiring harness and a new stator to try and get it to get spark. If you're unfamiliar with these bikes, I'm still learning a lot. I didn't know any of this until I started working on it, but a stator, which is this is basically what kind of creates the electricity. It mounts to the bike. It mounts right there, and then this flywheel is magnetized and it spins around it, and some way it creates electrical current. I have been trying to troubleshoot what is not causing it to spark, because everything is new and it should be working, and it's not. The first thing I went through and checked was the ignition coil, or the spark plug wire, whatever you want to call it. I think it's the same thing. And I'll show you guys the issue I'm having with that. What I do is connect the negative to the negative and the positive to the positive, and there should be some sort of ohm reading that pops up on here from what I understand. And if there's no resistance, that means that the part is bad, or I just don't know what I'm doing, one or the other. It gets a little bit of a reading, but then it goes away. Now it's beeping. Now, from what I understood by looking at videos, it beeps because it has continuity. So that means there's power running through it, but it doesn't have any resistance, which means it's not going to work properly based off of what I've understood. Now, I don't know very much about electronics, but this is the best I could tell.
Right here somewhere.
Yeah, busted. Well, I was letting the car warm up, and it decided to blow out the radiator, which is not good at all. Alright, well, once again, I almost had the Civic fixed and it blew up. I've kind of been in denial about, it's been smoking since I got it running, and I've been in denial about it. Really just hoping it was something else that just needed to be cleared up, but it kind of just done its last straw. Like you just saw, the radiator blew out, and didn't have problems with that until I put this motor in it. So the radiator blew out, white smoke comes out very consistently, and when it gets warm it misfires, but it doesn't misfire like it's losing spark or fuel. It kind of misfires like it's burning something wrong. That's 3 things that just really shows that it's a blown head gasket. I want to be upset about it to some extent. I am upset because I've spent so much time working on it, but it's one of those things, like on the path I'm on, if it was easy, I'm not supposed to be doing it. So I learned a lot of information working on this, and I mean, I'm proud of what I did with it. And this video is one of those videos where not everything went to plan. The dirt bike didn't get fixed, the Honda blew up. That's just to show you guys not everything kind of works out the way it seems like it does on most YouTube channels and whatnot. So on the bright side, now that I know this is blown up, I'm gonna shelf this project for now, and we're gonna get 240 parts coming in.